Hello everyone, so for this video I'm going to be drawing one of my friend's characters. This was for the 6 fan art challenge type thing where you draw 6 characters that people suggest, and over time you'll have a full grid basically of characters. With this character, it was a suggestion by that friend. AJ wanted me to draw her character, and we decided I would do that. Though we don't know fully what he looks like, I decided to go off of how he's been described in body language and in posture and stuff like that, rather than face. Because it's also a different challenge, I think, to draw a character that has no face versus a character that does. You are limited by other things, and you then need to show in the posture or the way the character is holding themselves the emotions. This particular character is the antagonist of the story, and I think it's cool to draw a villain because I actually have very rarely drawn villains, but also my own characters. A lot of them would probably be considered villains if they weren't the protagonists by the story standards, or by the fact that they were the main character, so it's fun. Love to tell you about my friend's work, so check out AJ's story, Ambrose and Elsie, on her blog. I will link to the first post below so you can read it in order, and I highly recommend checking out Ambrose and Elsie. So the story itself, from what I've read and what I've been told, is a fantasy story that's set in the present, not in our present, not in 2025, but I think around 2016, 2019, etc. It also has many characters in it. This is only one of them, who's the antagonist, but there's a wonderful fae character, multiple wonderful fae actually. There's vampires and there are hunters, one of which is a main character. So there's a large ensemble cast. So if you like stories like that and you like characters like that and like really long things that, you know, you get to spend time with the characters, I really recommend reading it. After adding in the line art, I started adding in the coloring and going over top of the different layers to add depth and stuff like that. So I have drawn a lot of characters who wear suits, not modern suits, but usually Victorian suits. So only drawing the suit was an interesting thing with Mark. And it also made me think more about his clothes in regards to his character. Like how his clothes show who he is and stuff like that. I think that's an interesting part of character also. What clothes do they decide to wear and stuff like that. It tells you a lot. I unfortunately did not end up adding this in the recording. I was going back and forth between recording and not recording, and I forgot to add in the point where I did the speech bubble, which is frustrating. But basically, I wanted to add in another aspect of his personality, which was the evil laughter. And I thought the way to do that would be, to add in a speech bubble, and it made sense in that circumstance. After adding in the wine glass droplet and touching some things up, I decided that the piece was done because it felt done at that point.